proud to be representing their families, communities, and tribes. And they come to us from all directions. Saskatchewan, Canada, Montana, Arizona, North Dakota, Colorado, Idaho, Wisconsin, Florida, South Dakota, Ontario, Canada, Idaho, and Oklahoma. Heartfelt welcome from all of us to all these young women who exemplify Native pride and dignity. They make us proud as they embark on a shared, unique journey of sisterhood. And here she is from the White Mountain Apache and Walker River Paiute tribes, your reigning Miss Indian World, Taylor Susan. Inspiring representation as a cultural ambassador of Native American and Indigenous peoples. And we'd like to share with our audience that 1 month after becoming Miss Indian World, Taylor graduated from the University of Arizona. Congratulations, Taylor! And now welcome back our favorite host for this enchanting evening, an award-winning Canadian First Nations film and television producer, the beautiful Lisa Meachus, and the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, a time powwow personality extraordinaire, Jason Whitehouse.
And obviously the show stealer. Hey, doesn't he look handsome? What do you guys think? Well, welcome back, Jason, and welcome back all of our friends, family, relations all across Indian country. Welcome back to the 2019 Gathering of Nations Miss Indian World Talent Competition. Give yourselves a big round of applause.
So, what did everybody think about that opening introduction? Everybody like that? That was pretty cool. Honestly, how many people here automatically went right back to thinking like Hidalgo? I too come from a horse nation. Go ahead, raise your hand. Nobody? Everybody walks around here. All right, that's all right. I guess that's why I'm still chubby. All right. So we want to welcome everybody, and we also want to acknowledge the music from that came from A Tribe Called Red. They will also be performing on Friday at Stage 49. Again, that's going to be Friday at 9:30.
And now we'd like to introduce our esteemed panel of judges. Please hold your applause to the end. Our first judge, Miss Mary Kim Titla. Mary Kim is San Carlos Apache, a Native American youth advocate and former TV news broadcaster and former school administrator. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Next we have Mr. John Riggs. Go ahead and have a stand. John is from Kayenta, Arizona on the Navajo Reservation. He's going to play the lead character, the FBI agent Dean Grayson, in the upcoming series, The Highway Girl, which is currently in production in New Mexico and the Navajo Nation area. John is also the CEO of Dark Whisper Productions, which focuses on creating opportunities for Native Americans performing artists to pursue their dreams of making it on the big screen or becoming stage performers. Additionally, he is the founder of the nonprofit organization, Indigenous Future Filmmakers of America, which is designed to teach our youth the art of filmmaking and acting. Give him a round of applause. Also, should you ever need a native to play an Italian in a Ukrainian spaghetti film western, give me a call.
Yeah, Jason's your man. Our next esteemed judge, Miss Jan Deer DeFria, now residing here in Albuquerque. Miss DeFria was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. Her tribes are Mohawk, Ojibwe, and Potawatomi. Let's give her a big round of applause.
And we will keep stories of me, shh.
What about me?
Next, we'd like to introduce the city of Albuquerque's First Lady, Elizabeth J. Kiston Keller, PhD. Give her a round of applause. She was born and raised right here in Albuquerque. She went on to earn her BA in Political Science and Latin American Studies as a Moorhead Kane Scholar at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and her Master's and PhD in International Development Studies as a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford University. After several years of international work on global water conflict and cooperation, she returned home and currently works in systems research and analysis at Sandia National Laboratories. She and Mayor Tim Keller are proud to be raising their family here in Albuquerque. Let's give her a round of applause.
Our next judge, Ben Alex Dupree. He's a member of the Colville Confederated Tribes in Washington. Ben Alex is an American Indian filmmaker and producer. He is currently working on a project. He is currently working on a production called Paulette.
Not here.
Oh, he's not here. Okay, sorry about that. Well, let's give him a round of applause anyway.
Okay, Nelson Martinez. All right. He's here. He's a well-known broadcast journalist. Nelson retired after 17 years of co-anchoring ABC's affiliate KOAT Action 7 News. Today, Nelson Martinez volunteers as radio program host for Radio Lab, Fresh Air, and 1A. That's on the New Mexican Public Radio, KANW, 89.1 FM on your dial. Additionally, he is focused on writing his memoirs of adventures throughout New Mexico, his worldwide travels as an NBC News video editor, and growing up in Chimayo and Los Alamos. He's happy to share this. He is the second time as a judge for Miss Indian World Traditional Talent Presentation. So say hello to Mr. Nelson Martinez.
Welcome. And I believe we're ready to get on with the show.
It shall begin. So we're going to start off. We're going to be asking our first contestant number 1, Sydney Haley Sinagini. She is 21 years old from the Navajo Nation.
Representing her hometown of Botaway Gap, Arizona. Tonight, her traditional teaching is sharing the Navajo corn grinding. Let's give her a big round of applause.
Good evening. The Diné Nation has a beautiful philosophy of life, mainly known as the Beauty Way and the Beauty Way and the Blessing Way. Many Native Americans from all over the world grow, harvest, and use corn in everyday life. Many Native Americans use corn for traditional and cultural ceremonies. Many Navajo corn grinding is done by a female in every home. With that being said, I would like to demonstrate for you on how corn grinding is to be done, what tools we use, along with the song sung when corn grinding. The flat stone on the bottom in Navajo is called sedishjet. The rock on the top that grinds the corn is called sedishjinit. The brush that brushes off the corn is called behajo. The corn itself is called nadan. Talking God to white shell woman and turquoise woman, what showed an expression of appreciation when he had learned the wives had the corn he had given them. He told them, corn is a symbol of fertility and a new life. Corn pollen is an emblem of peace, prosperity, happiness, and brings you new blessings. Tonight, I hope my knowledge that I shared with all of you tonight brings you all individual blessings. Ahead.
Thank you. Contestant number 2 is Ms. Taylor Baker. She's 24 years old, representing the Mandan, Hidatsa, Muskogee Creek, Yuchi, Osage, Recon Band of Lisenyo Indians. She is from Newtown, North Dakota. Tonight, her talent presentation is sharing tribal knowledge through art. And probably like many of you, Taylor's favorite show is Game of Thrones. Please put your hands together for Ms. Taylor Baker.
Hello everybody, I am up here with my own work of art. So, contemporary, something that is often discarded. It shouldn't be, because this photograph, it's here as a moment frozen in time, but what goes on here is not riffraff in the summertime. Ilonshka dances, meaning playground of the first sun. And when underneath this arbor, you can't take pictures, but we dance for 4 days, and on that 4th day, family songs are glorified. And I hope you don't get cramps, but even so, you guys are all welcome at the Mason camp. Yet, mixed media. See, before, Creek women weren't allowed to dance, and the men only sing, and without those circumstances, the women and men dance counterclockwise because that's the way the sun goes. And so, we dance 4 dances, and on that 4th dance is greenhorn. And greenhorn symbolizes the beginning of our new year. And so, with that, young and old, we dance and shake shells until the sun rises. And over here is a chicken dancer, commonly seen on the powwow dance floor, but this drawing, it's also my brother. And he mimics the prairie chicken and shows off his skills, and you can't ignore. But why he dances this is because of a female. And so everything is going smoothly until another chicken dance comes, and now it's confrontation. Sort of like a battle action, but like in nature, he is not afraid. And yet, the woman is unswayed. And contemporary. Something that is also discarded, but it is also beautiful. And I am here to present that through positivity. Mazagura, thank you.
All right. Well, we're off to a good start so far, right off the bat. Next, we're going to be coming along with contestant number 3, Taya Ketchup. She is 22 years old. She is representing the Ute Mountain Ute tribe, coming to us from Toyup, Colorado. Tonight, she's going to be doing a demonstration of the Ute cradle board. Some of the things she likes pursuing a career in human services, social work, and her favorite food is stew and fry bread. Also, she's into archery, and recently she had won the gold medal at the Colorado State Games in archery. So let's give a round of applause to contestant number 3, Taya Ketchup.
Hi, good evening everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the Ute cradle board. The Ute cradle board is composed of 3 components: the hide, the board, and the willow. The hide, we have 2 different colors, the yellow and the white. The yellow meaning for girl, the white meaning for boy. On our beadwork for the girls, they have the floral design. For the boys, it's a geometric design. Our willows are soaked for a couple hours and shaped into this half moon shape. It's a protection from the sun and a protection for the baby's head. I'm going to be singing you guys a song tonight. The song is dedicated to the youth, to the elders, and to the present, that you may always see the stars at night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder where you are. Where are you? Where are you? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, mi papuchi panamanik, mi papuchi panamanik, kava onika, kava onika, mi papuchi panamanik. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. The Glam.
Contestant number 4 is Miss Willow Kid. She's 23 years old, representing the Shoshone, Bannock, and Blackfeet tribes from Fort Hall, Idaho. Tonight, her talent presentation is sharing a historical record account of the Blackfeet history, Nixon Nixon. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Miss Willow Kid.
Okay, Nitakax. Nistu Anako Knatu Yixistik Yaki. Nasix Anastawa, Pita Wasta, George Gerald Kip, Gary Goose Guzman, Lenada Warjack Boyer, Ki Loretta Fast for Seaman. Nina Anista, Matsu Sepi, Jared Kip. Nixista Anista, Sokyawakasaki, Michelle Guzman Kip. Nitama Toto, am Skapi Pikani, Kitukareka Sakwaini Man. Anochkoko Nipoye, Nixon Nixon. Good evening, everyone. Tonight I'm going to share with you a practice that my ancestors have used for thousands of years, and the 3 major components I use when creating Nixon Nixon, my story. It's a demonstration of how through my modern life skills, I'm keeping this practice alive today. For the Amskapi Pikani, we are known to keep record of events and time on hide in 2 different forms. The first and most well-known form is a winter count. The second form is this, Nix Nixon, telling my story in a spiral motion. The first major component is beginning in the center with my grandparents, showing my lineage and where I come from. Next are my parents and who they are. After I've shown who I am and where I come from, my journey begins. It's important to keep this circular motion going because it represents the ongoing energy that starts each day into the next. And as the keeper of my story, it's my responsibility to ensure that this line continues its flow and stays up to date with the most important events. The second major component is that this hide uses earth paints that are primary to the Amskapi Pikani: red, black, white, yellow, blue, and green. Some of these colors signify the unique honors and transfers that individuals hold. The red face paint, ochre, used on myself, signifies when I received my bracelets from my grandfather's bundle at a very young age. Later in life, my face paint changes when I went through a separate transfer of rights. These are my unique markings that I carry with me. The third component is understanding that each individual action is its own story, and every symbol is a representation within that story. This is a physical record of all of the most important events, significant places I've traveled, lessons learned, who's counted, my victories, and my losses. This is my proof of taking the proper cultural procedures in preparation, allowing me to stand here before you all tonight and present Nixon Nixon, my story. Nitsitsits ni tak, masini bata bisan, ken.
All right. Next up will be contestant number 5. This will be Emily Skinador. She is 20 years old, representing the Oneida Nation. Surprisingly, she'll be coming all the way from Oneida, Wisconsin. Tonight she'll be telling the story of the water song through interpretive dance. And you'll be able to tell one of her heroes is Maria Tallchief, who in 1949 catapulted herself to being a top ballet and becoming a prima ballerina. So with that, let's give a round of applause to contestant number 5, Emily Skinador.
Hello everyone, my name is Gwana Gate Squash, which translates to She Brings Kind Words. My English name is Emily Skinador and I'm from the Oneida Nation. The people of the Standing Stone is land and earth that I come from. Our presentation today is the story of the water song through interpretive dance. My idea was inspired by Maria Tallchief, who is a member of the Osage Nation and the first Native American prima ballerina. The song today is sung by my sister, Gana Delolux, which translates to She Gathers the People. The water song is a traditional Onio Te Aga Gnu Kene, an Oneida women's dance song. The lyrics in the song translate to, we love the waters are precious. My dance today is to honor that relationship of the indigenous side of life, the water spirits, and Yukin Sot, grandmother moon. Two powerful women spirits in our world today. I'm dancing with my heart, so let that be encouragement to everyone here and their families to have clean drinking water and to renew that giving life spirit of our grandmother, the moon. Peace be with you, and thank you.
Wasn't she amazing? Our next contestant is contestant number 6, Cheyenne Kippenberger. She's 23 years old, representing the Seminole tribe of Florida. She's from Hollywood Reservation, Hollywood, Florida. Tonight, her talent presentation, she'll be sharing a history and demonstration of the traditional Seminole hairstyle. Her tribe is also known for their beautiful patchwork designs, and she herself has learned to sew patchwork and create traditional skirts. Let's give Cheyenne a big round of applause.
Welcome, family, friends. Thank you for joining us tonight and making this night so much more special for all of us. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing with you a traditional Seminole hairstyle, and it means a lot to me. In the 1930s and 40s, the women of our tribe, we began transitioning hairstyles. We used to wear these tightly twisted hair buns that would be at the crown of our head right here. And we began making these handmade hair pieces. And we would just sit there, with our mothers and our grandmothers under our chiquis, cutting these out and sewing them. And we would start by taking a piece of cardboard, and we would measure our head size from ear to ear, and we would choose the size and shape of our headpiece. And me personally, I chose to go with a more traditional style where the right side is just a little bit longer over the right ear. And once you have your headpiece chosen, you're gonna cut it out, and you're gonna take your black cloth strips and sew it over the entire thing, covering all of it, and sewing and securing the sides. But now's the important part, the hair. You're gonna start by securing a ponytail right here at the very top of your head. And you wanna make sure that your hair is smooth, because you wanna look good. And we started making these headpieces because when the settlers came, the women, they came with their big bonnets, and we were so fascinated with them, and we thought, we could do that too. And so we began making these, and as it went on, the women, it started getting a little more competitive among everybody, and we would adorn them with dimes and beads. And you knew that whoever had the nicest dimes and beads meant their man was getting the best hunting in and trading for those things. So if you saw somebody with a little bit better adornments or size than yours, you sent your man back out. And so you take your hair and you wrap it up and you spread it across the fan, and just like this. And tonight, I decided to share this with you all because as a little girl, I remember seeing my great-grandma Mary Tiger wear her hair like this, and I thought it was so beautiful, just so beautiful. And tonight, sharing this, I hope that I honor her, and I'm glad to be sharing this, and I hope that this tradition continues to get passed on, to my daughters and her daughters, and so on. And I want to thank you all again for being here, because tonight wouldn't be possible without our audience. So Shanabashat, thank you.
So now I'm going to see a new hairstyle starting tomorrow in Grand Entry. All right, our next contestant is contestant number 7, Genevieve Iron Lightning. She is representing the Cheyenne River Sioux, coming to us all the way from Iron Lightning, South Dakota. Tonight she'll be doing the story and song of the White Buffalo Calf Woman and the Sacred Buffalo Calf Pipe. She also likes Grey's Anatomy, and one of her favorite shows is the show I like too, Dr. Pimple Popper. So with that, we bring you contestant number 7, Genevieve, Iron Lightning.
Le ahani Lakota oyate ki shicha akipab. Many years ago, the Lakota people faced bad times. There was a time that the Lakota people disrespected the way of life, and because of this, there was a famine. The buffalo were scarce, and the people began to get sick. Each day, they sent out 2 warriors to each of the 4 directions to scout for game. One day, as 2 warriors were sitting on atop a hill, a beautiful young woman came to them, her name being Desawi, or White Buffalo Calf Woman. She looked at the men and she said, "I know what you're thinking. One of them with good thoughts and the other with bad." The one with bad thoughts she told to approach her, and as he approached her, he was swallowed up into clouds, and when the clouds were lifted, he was nothing but a skeleton. She told the one with good thoughts to go back to his people and prepare for her arrival. The one with good thoughts went back to his people and he began to pray. He began to prepare for her arrival. When she came, she told the people, and she brought 7 sacred rites with her, some of which are Wiwang Wachipi, Sundance, Inipi, Sweat, Hunkapi, the making of relatives. She told the people that if they were to live by this way of life, that they would forever be the guardians and caretakers of the sacred land that we still live on today. She brought the pipe to them and she taught them how to pray with it. She sang a song, and it Wanawan Lointe, and now I will sing. Maka aka mawaniye, waka mawaniye, oyate wamayakapiye. Maka aka mawaniye, waka mawaniye, oyate wamayakapiye, oyate wamayakapiye. In this song, she tells the people, "I walk in a sacred manner. I walk on this sacred earth. The people see me. The people see me." To this day, the White Buffalo Calf Pipe is still kept on the Cheyenne River Reservation in South Dakota by the 19th generation calf pipe keeper, Orville Looking Horse. Thank you. Pilamayapi.
One of our favorite stories. Contestant number 8, Annalisa Persephone. She's 23 years old, representing the Nakota, Lakota, Chippewa, and Arapaho nations. She's from White Bear First Nations in Saskatchewan, Canada. Tonight, she's going to share the history of a victory dance. Annalisa is a full-time artist and language teacher. She says her inspirations include the strength and resilience of her mother, Wanda, who was a residential school survivor and a 60s group survivor. She plays the piano and is a fan of the 1930s Native American jazz singer, Mildred Bailey. Please give contestant number 8 a big, warm round of applause.
Hey honey, my Tunkashira Sitting Bull was camped at a place called Greasy Grass in the June of 1876. What camped with us were about 8,000 Lakota, Nakota, and Dakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho people. During the Wabiyan Wachipi, my Tunkashira gave 100 pieces of flesh and went 2 days and 2 nights without water. At Deer Medicine Rocks, he was given a vision. He saw soldiers on horseback falling like grasshoppers from the sky. A voice then told him, "I give these to you because they have no ears." To our people, that meant that we would have a great victory.
On June 25th, 1876, our people defeated Custer and the 7th Cavalry. When it was all over, our people celebrated with song and dance. We have 17 Waktewachi songs that tell stories of battle, honors our families, our fallen soldiers, and our victories. These Waktewachi Luwa have been safeguarded during the outlaw of our songs, ceremonies, and dances, so they can be shared with us today. This is for all those who fought so we could sing, dance, and pray forever. Hetanya tu heji, wo pila tanka hechana, oyu kipi hape, wa chipi ek dakshto. Thank you.
Next, we're going to be bringing coming up is contestant number 9, Elena Baker. She is 24 years old, representing the Osage Nation. She all the way from Hominy, Oklahoma. Tonight, she'll be doing the Osage Cradle Board demonstration. As an Osage language teacher, Elena's passion is in indigenous language revitalization. So this one's it's gonna kind of hurt me, but we're gonna help her out, get her fired up. One of her favorite things to do is watch OU football. Anybody that knows me knows how much this is gonna hurt. But Boomer! I gotta finish with Go Blue! So with that, we got contestant number 9, Elena Baker.
Good evening. I'd like to address everyone here as relatives and friends. Tonight I will be demonstrating for you the process of placing a batajin on an odopshe. The first part of this process is to wrap your batajin in swaddling blankets. Now we place the batajin on the cradle board and wrap an outer blanket around him for warmth. And then we are going to take a rolled up cloth and place it behind the batajin's knees to keep them bent. Now we're ready to place ties and tie them to the odopshe. The first one is a finger woven sash, and it goes around the batajin's chest and it ties back in the front. The second tie I'm going to use goes around the batajin's legs. This ensures that they don't slide off the end of their odopshe. Now we are ready to raise the bow on the odopshe and tie the 2 long straps to the end of the board. It's a very big honor to be able to place a batajin on their board for the first time. In my family, this honor usually goes to the oldest aunt on my father's side. Now we have placed the Batajin on their Odokche for the first time. And now I would like to share with you an Osage lullaby that I was asked to compose for the Osage Language Department. Jingo Ukta, Jingo Jinha, Jingo Ukta, Jingo Jinha, Octave, 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 octave. Thank you so much for listening tonight. Iakasan.
Cordelia falls down as contestant number 10. She's 22 years old, representing the Crow tribe and United Kituwa Band. She is from Crow Agency, Montana. Tonight, her talent presentation, she'll be sharing the significance and story of Crow Indian names. Let's put your hands together for contestant number 10.
Crow names are given from a clan elder or a family elder. They will decide the name and then explain the story of that name or why that name is being given. When I was young, I had a dream. I was running on a road near my home, and an enormous eagle swooped in and flew alongside me as I ran. When I told my parents, they had a clan feed, and it was during this feed that my grandfather shared many words with me and gave me my Upsala name. Viavajela Bachbash, sacred dream woman. Crow names also come from dreams we believe are meant to teach and remind us that we are Crow. I was given permission to share parts of a dream that explained the name my father chose for my niece.